Hello again. Welcome to another episode of Brenda's Musings. So today I want to talk about storage and how I simply don't have enough of it now. So I'm wondering, how do you handle storage? Are you the type of person who... Let's talk about physical storage first of all, because as I was about to ask the question, I started thinking about mental storage as well. So let's talk about physical storage. Are you the type of person who puts things into other containers? So for example, like I've got these chocolate boxes that I've kept, and inside of them I put things like paintbrushes. So I have, paintbrushes that fit this size. I have longer sizes. They take longer paintbrushes, and I find them they're easy to stack, and they help keep the paintbrushes from getting wrecked, just being tossed in the drawer one on top of the other. Thing is, they take up more space than if I just tossed all the paintbrushes in the drawer one on top of the other. So, is it really a worthwhile practice? I'm going to say yes, because it preserves the paintbrushes and so saves me money. I'm not testing it. I'm just going with it. I've got old photo boxes that I do the same thing with. I've got old tins I do the same thing with. I've got like storage totes that I do the same thing with. I put different things inside of them to keep them sort of A, all together, B, I can easily move them about, they're portable, so on and so forth. Or are you the type of person who likes to have everything laid out so you can see it? I like to have everything as much as I can behind closed doors. I don't have enough closed doors in my space. Even things like bookcases, even though if I arrange things, tallest to smallest, it still looks messy to me. Unless they're all like encyclopedias that nobody has anymore, and every book looks exactly the same. That to me looks neat on an open shelf, not any other way. So, yeah. Ideally, I'd like to have doors over my shelves. And do you have a way to store things? Do you have a way to label them, to mark them? So, for example, in my cabinet behind me, this old Dewey Decimal card cabinet from the library, I've got different colored, like they're color coded, and they're labeled. So I've got mica powders in one, I've got scissors in another, blender brushes, staples, paper clips, blah blah blah, so that I can easily go to the drawer and take out or put away those items that need to go in there. But then there's the storage in your mind. So how do you store things in your mind? Like some people, like my husband, he has a mind like a steel trap. Now, I have to admit, it's not quite as tight as it once was. Springs might need to be slightly adjusted, but it's 20 gazillion times way better than mine is. And if I want to ask him something about what happened when, I will ask him, and he will know when it happened. And even if I quiz him on it, because I don't think maybe that's right, 99.9% of the time he is right, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I get it now. I remember. So, but he remembers things like, when a record was released, what the label was, the label number, or something like that. It's like, what? Like, all this useless information. In my humble mind. Now, you can just tell me where my keys were. That'd be good. But so how do you store things in your mind? Do you have a system to memorize things or to remember things? Is it that easy? Because I missed the memo if it is. And I only remember very little, quite frankly. I make lots of notes. Sometimes I refer to the notes because I don't remember. I remember what is crucial to me at that moment in time. And then once I've finished with it, I forget it. If it's crucial to me again, I'm going to have to go back into my notes and find out the answer, or, check with ChatGPT or Google or something. So yeah, how do you store things? That is my question. And do you find that it saves you time and energy having stored it that way? Yeah, that's my musing for the day. Have a great one, everyone.